Try to get a good angle here. If you move in a little bit. There we go. Okay. We are now joined by head women's basketball coach Amanda Crockett. Vikings looking to improve on last year's 12-13 record as well as a 5-9 record in the conference. And Amanda, now just that you've had a couple of practices under your belt, you've seen what the 2014-15 team is going to kind of look like. What are your expectations now for the upcoming year?
We have high expectations. Our goal is to finish in the top 4 of conference and go to the conference tournament. I think that's a feasible goal for us this year. We have 7 returners, and all 7 of those returners averaged at least 18 minutes a game last year. So those are significant minutes, and I think that valuable experience will help us improve and get better as a team this year.
You mentioned 7 returners, Rachel Torres being one of those all-conference player returning. What are your expectations of her now coming into the season?
I'd like to see improvement as far as leadership, and I think she's been doing a better job this year, having a whole year under her belt, being a sophomore, being a veteran as far as minutes played, and she's been vocal in practice and has been a good role model, for those freshmen coming in. She's a versatile player, and I expect her to kind of give us whatever we need in order to win the game, whether that's points, rebounding, assists. We talked about improving her assist-to-turnover ratio, better decision-making, and we have high expectations from her.
You got Annie Shane coming back now for her senior season. Talk about what she's going to do, and all these other returners that you mentioned that are how they're going to contribute to this year's team.
Yeah, Annie's been a nice leader for us. She's a senior. She's been here 4 years. She understands what it takes to win at this level. She's been shooting the ball really well in practice, and I really expect her to have a good year. She had an ACL injury a couple years ago, and she's come back fully from that. She's a confident player right now.
Okay. Where do you see this team banking its success on this year? Do you think it's going to be more on the offensive side of things, more defensive side? What do you think it's going to be, a mixture of both maybe?
Ideally, it would be a mixture of both.
Yeah.
We did take strides on the offensive end last year. I was disappointed with our defense last year. But having such a young team, I think that's an area that we naturally just struggled with. This year, having a more veteran team, I think they understand how to get consecutive stops and how important that is in a basketball game. We need those stops in order to win.
Where do you see the conference shaking up this year? Obviously, it's going to be once again another strong year for the conference. Where do you see you guys in the mix? And just talk about how you see the conference shaking out this year.
Every night is a battle. Every night it's a war in conference, and we did have a lot of close games last year, and we came up short, which was disappointing. And our girls understand that. I think they're hungry this year to make up for that in order to make the conference tournament. It'll be an interesting year. We don't know until we get out and face each other, but I do know it's going to be a battle, and it's going to be a fun conference season.
How much do you think the non-conference schedule is going to prepare you guys for that conference slate?
I think it should prepare us pretty well. Our first game is at home against Olivet. They have a 6'5" Division I transfer post player. We played them last year and lost a close game to them. So I'm glad to have them at home, and it'll be a tough opponent for us. We have Wisconsin lacrosse at home. We go down to San Antonio, Texas, and play Trinity. And we also have St. Mary's from Minnesota at home right before conference, and those are going to be some tough non-conference opponents for us.
Okay. All right. Well, we'd like to thank you for joining us today, Amanda, and we wish you guys the best of luck this year.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's Amanda Crockett. Okay. Thanks.